Good morning, Flosstube. My name is Erica, and I'm here to talk to you about my stitching and my interfacing-induced nervous breakdown I had this week. If you're new, welcome to my channel. I hope you enjoy what I have to say and show off today. Lots of cross-stitching talk, a little bit of family talk. If you're returning, hi, I've missed you guys. I'm happy to be here today. Flosstube 17. I cannot believe it. It seems like just yesterday I started doing these and now it's been over 4 months or just about 4 months. It's crazy. So I had a comment last week that they don't like my family talk, which is fine. I don't take negative, that's not even a negative comment, but I don't take comments like that personally. It's funny because I actually prefer watching Flosstubers who also don't talk excessively about their personal life or their family or whatnot. Like, I enjoy a little bit of it, but like 5 minutes is about my maximum. So I try to keep it to 5 minutes. Last week it was closer to 10 minutes, but I put down in the notes, if you want to get straight to stitching, skip to, minute 19 or 9 or whatever. So I'll probably do that again today. So if you guys really just want to go straight to the stitching, I'll put in the show notes at the bottom in the description of the video what to skip to. So you can skip. Bye, I'll see you in a minute. I actually don't even have that much to talk about today, I don't think. This week has been insane. So last week I talked about our air conditioning saga. We had them come out 4 freaking days this week. Last time being yesterday because the compressor was not initiating or engaging, I think is the correct word. I sent them a video over Facebook because I took a video and I wasn't sure how to get it to them. I couldn't call them and send it to them. So I was like, hey, you guys have been out here all week. They replaced the evaporative coil. It was like $1,700. And then all of a sudden the outside unit was making this sound like it was struggling to engage every couple of hours. So the guy was like, oh, turn it off, let it rest for 2 hours, and then if it continues in the morning, Saturday morning, call us and let us know. No sounds overnight. Everything was fine, and then all of a sudden we were getting ready to leave Saturday to go somewhere, and I heard it again. So I called him, and he was like, oh, well, we've got a couple other calls ahead of you now, but we'll have somebody out around 2 o'clock. I said, perfect. Then they called like 2 hours later, and they were like, the technician that was going to come and service your house today got into a car accident. I was like, oh my God, is he okay? And he was like, yeah, he's totally fine, but the van's ruined. And so he's like, I am actually the owner of the company and I will be there myself at the time that I stated 2 o'clock. So you guys, I cannot praise, and I mentioned them last week, Bassett Heating and Air. If you were in Colorado Springs, they have been amazing, and they fixed it at no charge because the issue didn't start until after they replaced the evaporative coil. So AC is working fine. Also last week, I mentioned how the power went out for a couple hours the night before. The power went out Sunday night too, the same day to the Flosstube, and I was like, oh my God, I'm so glad power's on and our AC is being fixed. Nope, power went out again 2 nights in a row from like this mild storm. And then all week I have had to go to Joanns or Hobby Lobby 3 times this week because of interfacing issues. And I'll talk to that. I'll do a little shop update at the end. I'm going to show off. I have 2 new bags. But one time we were at Joanns and I'm at the counter getting the fabric cut. And seriously, Joanns is like the 7th ring of HELL. I guess it wouldn't be double LL, it's just HELL. Whatever. Every time we go there, it takes like literally 10 to 15 minutes just to get the fabric cut because there's one person working and 20 people ahead of us. And like last night, the girl ahead of me had 20 bolts of fabric, and every single bolt she was like, can I get just 4 inches cut of this? Could I get 6 inches cut, but could you include this part of the pattern? Like, I was like, oh my gosh, lady. Like, you have a line all around you. Like, I try to be patient. It was her turn. It was her right to take her time. But I've got, my 1-year-old, my husband was at Target with our son looking for some stuff that he needed. And I was just, oh my gosh. And then you have to go and get in the checkout line. And so it's 10 minutes of being in front of the candy and having your kids, can I have this? Can I have this? No, my kids never get candy. Like, why do you even ask? You know you're not going to get it. But, oh my gosh, I hate that place so much. So we were there Tuesday or something, and I was getting fabric cut, and I turn around, just like this. That's a recreation of what happened. I turn around, and my 3-year-old has his pants at his ankles and no underwear on, with his glory just showing to the whole world. I was like, oh my God, why are your pants down at your ankles? And the pants he was wearing were just loose, like they're size 5s, and he's, you know, he'll be 4 in September. So he's kind of in between a 4 and a 5, and they were a little loose, and I guess he had been running up and down the aisle, because I'll let him run on an empty aisle if there's nobody around. Like, I'm not gonna let my kids run wild and act like hooligans around other people. But I also know that he's 3 and he's been waiting in line for 15 minutes with me. If there's an empty fabric aisle, I'm like, okay, run up and down, do 10 laps. And as he was running, his pants fell down. And then I guess instead of telling me like, hey mom, my pants fell down, he just sat there like this, like this, waiting for me to notice. Thankfully, the woman cutting the fabric was like 70 years old, and she was like, I had boys, it's okay. They do all sorts of weird things. So that was fun. And then a couple days later, I had to go to Hobby Lobby, and you get no service in the store. And I should have remembered this, and I should have had my coupon screenshotted before I went in there, and I didn't. And I was trying to get some new interfacing to try, and it was like $10 a yard. And I was like, okay, I need to use a coupon because I go through a lot of interfacing. And so I go, they're like, oh, you're gonna have to go outside. You won't get the reception inside at all. I was like, okay, awesome. So I go outside. Of course it doesn't work. I start walking around the parking lot. I've got my shoeless 1-year-old on my hip because she refuses to wear shoes pretty much, and she'll throw them in the store and I won't notice, and then we keep losing shoes. So I'm like, no, you just don't wear shoes anymore. My 3-year-old in one hand, my phone, my 1-year, and I'm literally like doing laps in the parking lot. Oh my God, it was awful. I got to work though, so I saved 40% off. So that's pretty much been the week. It has been a lot of AC drama, interfacing drama. I felt a little sick. Like, my husband woke me up at 8 o'clock yesterday. I normally wake up at 6:30. I have my alarm set, and I guess I forgot to set the alarm. So he woke up the kids, and they all came and woke me up, and I was like, oh my gosh. But I had gone to bed Friday night with a sore throat, like feeling a little bit sick. My daughter had a little bit of a cold, but now I'm fine. So that's about it. Yesterday, the kids went to an ice cream party. They had a blast. I was a little bit nervous because my daughter, I'm serious, you do not come between her and food. Or if her food runs out, or if you try to take it away from her, it's not good. And so they gave her like a big scoop of ice cream, and I was like, oh my God, first of all, it's gonna take like 30 minutes for her to finish this. If we try to take it away, it's not gonna end well. So I was trying to like distract her, like, hey, look over there. And I get a big spoonful and I gave it to my husband because I was trying to be good and not eat any. But they had a really good time. So I think that's all for my life update. 7:45. I'll even write it down so I can put it on the show notes. 7:45 to go to stitching. Okay, so I have 3 WIPs that I have worked on this week. Because of the mass chaos of the power outages and the AC and just the interfacing issues, I have not been stitching as much as I would have liked. And I really miss it. Like, I try to stitch every day. There was 2 or 3 nights this week I didn't stitch at all, which is like crazy for me. I mean, for the last 6 months or so, I have stitched every single night. It's my way to relax and wind down. But I have just been working so much trying to catch up on orders. And I guess I'll just talk about that when I do a shop update. So this is my Cathedral Woods Goddess, Mirabilia. Oh gosh, it's so beautiful. Have I mentioned lately how much I cannot wait for my mom to come? Reinforcements to arrive. I always got some threads. Oh, these silks, you guys. Oh, they're so nice. So here is my progress on her. There's pictures. If you go on my Instagram, Erica D House, and there's a link to it below as well. You can see a photo of what I was at last week. Oh my goodness. I think I'm going to try to backstitch her face soon because the stitching is all done. And so the back stitching, I think, will really make her like literally come alive. So I did a lot of this brown around here. Worked, I think I filled in a little bit more of this area. So from here to like here, it's all done except for the beading. And I think this could go pretty fast if I had time to actually stitch. But I love it. All the Kreinik, that rose gold bling, and there's lots of gold and silver in her hair, or her headdress, I should say. And so this is just the top half of the pattern. I mean, her dress is going to continue down. She's a hefty girl. She's going to be large. and I'm so excited. I need to learn how to frame myself, and I know I have mentioned this before. If any of you actually do that, if you do your own framing, please give me some tips, like if there's YouTube tutorials. I know that there's websites online where you can like put in the size of your frame that you want, and they'll cut the wood for you and pretty much just send you that. So I don't have to actually like cut anything. And I know you can go and get glass custom cut locally anywhere, like just glass, like, hey, I need an 8x10 piece of glass, and they'll cut it for you. But I don't put glass in most of my cross stitch stuff. Now this one I probably would, because this to me is a literal work of art, and I don't want anything to ever happen to it. So anyways, the next up is the Cooler Design Studios Fishing Nostalgia pattern. I am doing this for my dad for either his birthday, which is November, or Christmas, if I don't get it done in time of November. My goal for July was to get down to the bottom of this banner. I was talking to my mom too. I was like, I don't know why I set these lofty goals for myself that I like never meet. So that was my goal. Okay. I guess it's not too bad. Oh my gosh. Why do I have such issues? I was really hoping to get this done. So this is a black and white portrait of a guy holding a fishing rod, and I knew it was gonna look really cool on video, because everything on video, it just, you know, you don't even see the squares and the Ada really. Like, you just see the whole picture, and it always looks so much better on video. So I was waiting on a couple colors to kind of finish this part, the banner, and I have those now. So this should finish fairly quickly, because I think it's mostly just one color that I can just go in, and then it's like a dark teal on the top and bottom. So finishing this and finishing this picture are my next priorities. Now, I don't know what day it is, like the 27th or something. Oh gosh, please no. Is it? So there's obviously no way I'm going to finish what my original goal was of everything down to here. And it just stinks because there's so many color changes and all these different flies up here. I can't see if you guys can see it. And there's so much back stitching as well. But it's very pretty. I think he's gonna really like it. And like I said, I have plenty of time. And so it's all these little flies that are gonna take forever with all the different colors. But these two pieces are pretty big. I keep waiting for a text from my husband. They're going to get their donuts today. They haven't done that in a little while. Even though they just had ice cream yesterday. And I was like, it's a lot of sugar, but whatever. They haven't gone in a while, and it's like my husband's favorite thing in the world is to go get donuts with them, so. So the last WIP, I actually pulled out and worked on my Christmas village. I did this because, like I said, it has been a bit of a stressful week. And the Mirabilia requires a lot of focus. You know, like it's intricate. There's color changes, there's silks, there's blends, there's beading, there's Krynic. Like this, my Christmas village, I can kind of mindlessly stitch on. And so that's what I really wanted to do. Oh my gosh, so many threads everywhere. 1 or 2 times this week I pulled this out, either over a nap time or at night. And I worked on the pet shop. Look, it's almost done. I almost finished the roof. I think I did that last time too, but I did a lot of the white. Here, let me, that helped. Okay, the white here, and over down here, and around here, and then there's like 4 rows of snow, which I might just go down to 2 rows, because it's, you know, you get it, it's snow, you don't need 4 rows of it, it's gonna take forever. Oh, and I actually did start that. I knew I did more. So down here. So this I really want to get done because it's amazing. And I want to start something else. And I'm not starting anything else big. Like ornaments I might start, but I'm not starting anything else big until one of my other ones are done. And this is the closest to being done. I've got the train station, the sweet shop, the church, and I think the florist is what was gonna go right here. And beading, and there's supposed to be big and small snowflakes everywhere on the patterns, and I'm going to do those with Mill Hill beads. So cute. So I really want to get that done. Like I said, when my mom gets here, which is August 14th, I believe, I will be able to actually work during the day. And so instead of working 3 to 4 hours during naps and after their bedtime, I can work a little bit when they're awake during the day and actually have their nap and bedtime to relax again, because I miss that. I miss having time to myself and time to relax. Okay, so I have a decent amount of haul / stitchy kindness. Yesterday, like I mentioned, I was at Joanns on, oh, was it yesterday? I guess so, on a Saturday night, which I will never, ever, ever do again. And they had a huge clearance section of, I believe, 80% off. I had the cutest old lady, and I shouldn't say old lady, older lady in front of me and the checkout line, and she was like, are you good with math? And I was like, yeah, I'm pretty good. I'm actually really good. And I say that, and I'm not trying to be like, oh my God, I'm so good. I say that I'm really good because I used to do math like for fun when I was in grad school, and then I taught for almost 10 years experimental psychology, which is very, very, very math-based, which was every psych major's least favorite course to take, because a lot of psych majors go into psych because there's not a lot of math. Sorry, there is. So we would do like ANOVAs and like different types of way of analyzing the data in the research that psychologists do. And I loved it. Always loved math. So when she asked me that, I was like, yeah, I'm good at math. I really like math. And she was like, if this is 80% off, it was, I think, $40. How much would it be? And I was like, oh, it'd be $8. Because it's easy to me. Like, I'm not going to subtract 80%. I'm just going to figure out what is 20% of $40, which is just 10%, which is easy. That's $4 times 2. Anyways, math. So they have a huge 80% off clearance section. And I got these frames. They were $4 a piece. Originally 20 for finishing cross stitch. So you can't take the backs out. I don't think there's any way to. So I'm literally just gonna glue something right in the middle. But I like the fact that they had this little lip. It's like about an inch ridge here. So you could put flower or floral pieces or greenery, or I really want to finish my garden, my Farm Fresh garden stand. And then you could even put like a little picket fence, like go to the dollhouse section and get like a little picket fence and like a little birdhouse or something. If you had like a cottage you have done, like welcome home or happy home or something. Oh my God, it would be so cute. So I got 2 of these, and they had blue frames and wood frames as well. Obviously you can paint them, but that's just an extra expense. I don't have any paint that would really be suitable for wood. So I got these 2. I would like to probably put a magnet on one so I can change it out seasonally. I've done one of the cottages of the month from Little House Needleworks, the July one, which I didn't even put up in time, and July's like almost over. But that would be cute. I could, because I'm not gonna do all the months because, like, no offense, I don't care about April. I don't even know what April's looks like, but it's not what's exciting in April. I would do like October, November, December, July's, and maybe February's if it was like a Valentine's Day. So there's that part of my haul. I had a viewer send me these patterns. Also Country Cottage Needlework. It's their Welcome to the Forest series. I had mentioned wanting to do something for my daughter's room. Like I want to do something for her birth, but not a typical birth announcement, because she's almost 2. And I want something that she would enjoy in her room for a while. And this would be perfect. Like I'm doing the tiny modernist medieval castle. And that's what I want to start after my Christmas village is done. But I'm also going to do this for her room as well. It says Welcome to the Forest, and it's the whole series except for one that she couldn't find, which is totally fine. I do not mind buying one myself because this saved me a significant amount of money getting the other 7. I think there's 8 total. Look at the little deer and mushrooms. Oh my gosh, a fox and a squirrel. I am going to change the colors as well. And then there's 2 houses. Oh, sorry, I know the glares. There's like a little pink house and a little blue house. And so I'm going to update the colors to match her room. So the flowers here, well, I don't know. I'll take better photos so you can actually see them. And then when I decide on the colors, I'll tell you guys the colors. But her room is very bright. Like a hot pink, bright teal, bright yellow, bright orange, like just very bright colors. So I think I'm gonna do something like that for this. But still foresty, if that makes sense. Like you're not gonna see a neon pink in a forest. So I might change the house to like one make it teal and the other one yellow, and make those my primary colors, because teal and yellow, that's beautiful. So thank you so much for sending those. I'm really excited to stitch that up. And when I'm done, I will use them as giveaways. So if people send me something as like stitchy kindness, I would never resell them. That just doesn't feel right to me. So I'm gonna use them as giveaways. So when I mentioned I'm not gonna start any other big pieces, but I do wanna do some ornaments, I had someone send me the entire Farm Fresh Christmas or Homestead Christmas. Oh, I can't remember. It's from Little House Needleworks. Amazing series. I was going to buy all of them, and I had bought just one to start, and she sent me the rest of them. And I want to get started on those. And I want to start working on some Halloween ornaments, because I think I have officially committed to having a Halloween tree this year. I'm still trying to decide, though, on what kind of tree. Like, I don't really want a regular evergreen looking Christmas tree, but I also don't want a black one. I have seen some Halloween trees white, but I just don't love white trees. They don't look bad, but they're just not, I don't know. I'm afraid that I am not good enough at decorating that it would look tacky if I had a white tree and I tried to decorate that for Halloween or Christmas. Like, it just would not look as nice as the ones that I've seen on Pinterest or in other Flosstubers videos. So I don't know. I need to still try to figure out like what kind of tree I could actually use if I was going to do that. So another tiny little bit of haul. I bought 2 patterns off of that quarter shop because they were having a 20% off sale, and I needed to buy some stuff for my shop anyway. So I was like, oh, I've been wanting these patterns forever. I'm gonna throw them in. One of them is called Christmas Tree Farm. I'll show you that in a second. And then they sent me Christmas Tree Farm from the wrong series. They sent me Santa's Christmas Tree Farm from Santa's Village, which is a Country Cottage Needleworks. I'm not sure if I'm gonna stitch this up or not, just because I already have so many other Christmas ornaments that I really, really like. Or I should say I really, really love. I like this one, I don't really, really love it. So this might be a giveaway soon. But they were so sweet, like I called them and left a voicemail because I guess it was after hours, and I was like, hey, you guys sent me this and it's the wrong pattern. I have a picture I can send you like of the invoice with this pattern next to it. And they were like, no, it's fine, we'll send you out the other one. So this is the one that I wanted to order that I am so excited to stitch up. My first Prairie Schooler. I will say, I do not like that it came in a plastic envelope or a plastic bag that was not really resealable. Like once you took it out of the plastic, you could not get it back in there. I don't know, it's a total small thing, but I like them when they come in these resealable ones, because I don't mark mine up. Like I try to keep them in very good condition in case I do want to resell or stitch them again or just hold on to them for 20 years. But this is my first Prairie Schooler. I really, really like Prairie Schooler, and gosh, what's the other one? I can't think of it now, but when you see a pattern, you can immediately tell it's Prairie Schooler. Like their style is so unique and different, and I just really like it. And I like this one because it's kind of like it's 60s vibe to me. I don't know if it's just, I think it's just the graphics, like just the design. The colors themselves aren't very retro, I don't think, but the design is, and I freaking love it. It is so cute. I'm so excited. Hopefully I can get this done before Christmas. I know I have a bunch of other patterns. I'm not gonna show you guys the design, but it's not terrible. The finished size is, they say 9 by 6.5 about. I don't know if it's on what count fabric it is. And then it also comes with these 2 other little ornaments. It's so cute. So I'm really excited to stitch this up. And then the other pattern that I got is Hometown Christmas from Abby Rose Designs. And I thought it was a really cute, small Christmas village, because I don't want to do another huge Christmas village after the one that I'm working on. But again, I really like the artwork on this one. It's very retro to me, and it's small, that it's not going to be, anything excessive. Oh, and with the Prairie Schooler, I really like this because it's only 7 colors and all DMC. And as much as I really like my fancy floss, it's expensive. And so if I can just spend, with 7 times 5, $350 on threads, I am cool with that. Like, that's really, really, really nice to be able to do that. And it looks like it's just stitched on white. Okay, so, and then this one is also DMC. I think that's really cute. It's so pretty. I need to get better about finishing. And I was talking to someone, the person that sent these to me on Instagram, and she's the same way. Like, she just has tons of finished cross stitch pieces, but they're not fully finished because she's scared to, because it's kind of overwhelming and scary to imagine putting, you know, 25 plus hours into something and then accidentally ruining it when you're finishing it. You cut the fabric wrong, you can't lace it up, it's not straight when you glue it on the sticky board, or like, who knows what it is. So it is very intimidating. But I need to get on it because I already have one Christmas thing that I need to finish and 2 other non-Christmas pieces that I need to finish. And I do have my reproduction sampler. That one's finished because I just put it in a nice frame. But that's it. And so before I get into shop news, I want to say that I'm working on my next new pattern, and it is freaking amazing. It is not a reproduction. It is an original design, and it's Halloween, and it's amazing. So good. So that I'm going to hopefully start stitching that up this week. I don't know how I want to do it though. So I'm going to try not to give away too much, but I don't know if I want to do it as a single thing or as a series, or where I can release one like as I get them done, or should I release a whole series at once? So if you wanted to stitch them all together, you could. But it's, oh my gosh, it's so amazing. Like, I wish I had the colors. I can get the colors. Hold on. Okay, I'm back. So, and they're not perfect because I've been using one of the colors on another project. And I also have fabric I already found for finishing from Joanns. I'm not trying to cover up the names, I'm just trying to hold up. So there's 2 DMC, 2 Gentle Arts, and 1 Classic Colorworks, I believe. And this, I bought so many freaking purples to find the perfect. This is Classic Colorworks Pansy Purple. And the variegation is so beautiful. So I'm really, really, really excited about this one. The colors are just the perfect Halloween mix to me. This is Carrot by Gentle Art. Oh, it's so pretty. So I'm hoping if I can get caught up with the shop, I'm hoping I can get this done this week. So I might be able to have it finished, photographed, and ready to sell and show off next Sunday. That will be my goal at least. Oh gosh, I'm making so much of a mess. Okay, so a little bit of shop news. Like I said, I never realized, and I never would have guessed that interfacing could cause a grown woman to cry multiple times. And it has. It's me. I was crying over interfacing. I have been using the same interfacing for my bags, and I have made, I don't know, 150 at this point. And all of a sudden, they have changed the interfacing. It has gone from, it was 809. It was Pellon 809. And I looked at the tags, and all of a sudden, the 809 now says, like, extra firm or extra crispness or something, where the 809 that I was using, that I bought a huge bolt of, you know, like a month ago, and that lasted me like a month, that it did not have that word on there. And so now it puckers very, very badly, and I can't have that. I can't have the back of my bags puckering. So here's this is one of my new designs. This is a adorable red truck Christmas, and there's a little puppy. Where's the puppy at? Oh, here he is. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. And this green, it's hard to photograph, but it's got gold metallic flecks in it. It's really, really, really pretty. Very, reminds me of a Christmas tree. It's so pretty. So, but this green fabric has interfacing on it so that it's a little bit stiff. It's not obviously rigid, but it was stiff. But it was puckering. And I can't deal with that. If I'm making 10 bags a day, I can't deal with fabric puckering and repeeling it and trying it again. No. So I tried like 3 or 4 different types of interfacing. We went to Joanns and I got like 3 similar ones. Came home, tried them. None of them worked. One of them I was like, okay, this one kind of works. The puckering's not awful. I went downstairs to like do dinner with the kids or something. I came back upstairs and it was puckered everywhere. Like it puckered as I was not looking at it. I was like, what the heck is going on? So then I finally tried fusible fleece, which is what I know a lot of other people who make cross-stitch bags use. And that's what's in this one right now. It is thicker than what I was using before, but it's less rigid, which is not bad. It's just I have to get used to it. And if you've bought bags from me before and you buy them from me now, you'll notice that it's softer, but thicker. But it's fine and it works, and that's all that I hear about. It does not pucker, it doesn't give me any issues, and it works well. But oh my gosh, I seriously was in tears because I don't know what happened last weekend, and I'm very grateful that it did, but I got slammed with orders. More orders in one weekend than I think I ever have since selling bags. And it was almost all for the same bag. So I had to order a ton of fabric because the most I ever buy is usually 2 yards of a fabric. I could think that something's gonna sell really well and it doesn't. I've had bags like my little cowboy bag that I bought a yard of at first, or maybe half a yard. And that half a yard will make 2 bags. Just the outer fabric will make 2 bags. I still have to get fabric for the inside. And they sold immediately, like the same day I listed them. I was like, oh my gosh, they really like this. So I went and I bought 2 yards of it, and not a single one has sold since then. So that's, $20 in just the outer fabric plus the inner fabric. And I've already almost erased the profits from the 2 bags that I sold. So I get very apprehensive buying very, very large quantities of fabric at a time. So I typically will order when I'm down to 1 of a bag. Like if I only have 1 of this pattern left, I'm gonna order more. So I have it on the way. I don't know what happened, but I sold a ridiculous amount of this 1 bag. So I had to get the fabric in. I'm all cut up on those orders. I have still been able to get every single order out within the 5 days that I say, except for 1. And I already contacted her and she's been very sweet about it. I'm just still waiting on that fabric. I thought I had it in. I had my 1 bag left and I went to go cut it and it was 2 inches short. I was like, are you kidding me? Normally I wouldn't even keep the fabric in my work area if it wasn't the right size. Anyways, so that's my shop update. I have 2 bags. This is the other one. Oh, it's so cute. It is a snowman family at a Christmas tree farm. It's adorable. I love it so much. It's so cute. And then the inside is this red fabric with little kind of metallic gold dots. It's really cute. And I don't have any made up because I had 1 and it sold. So it is on its way to its new home already. But both of these are like super Christmassy colors, which I really like. Okay, so getting into giveaways. I am having the hardest time, like nobody wants my stuff. Nobody is claiming the giveaways. I have like 3 weeks worth of giveaways where people have not claimed them. So I'm hoping that somebody claims this one because I'm gonna just start reusing the old giveaways again. This was last week's. This is part of the Jack Frost Tree Farm part 3. And I have ordered, part 6 was just released and I ordered it along with something else I made from Fat Quarter Shop and the Just Cross Stitch Halloween issue for this year, which I've heard isn't great. I've seen a couple people review it and they're like, it's, it doesn't have the best designs, but it's not as bad as last year's. I didn't get last year, so I don't know what was bad about it. But I have those 2 coming. I'm so excited. So this was the giveaway for last week, the cute little family in the Christmas tree, and the winner was Karen Pierce. So Karen Pierce, please email me. My email's below. It's ericadehouse@gmail.com. Just email me your address and I will get it out this week. It's so cute. Now this week's giveaway, last week I believe I showed off a viewer sent me a huge amount of haul. So thankful for it. And part of it was these Lizzie Kate patterns. So today's giveaway is going to be all 4 Lizzie Kate patterns. They're so cute. This one says grateful, thankful, blessed. Bless our home. Really cute little house. And I love the checkered grass. This one I might stitch up real fast this week before I mail it out. It says Noel. It's a cute little like Christmas ornament. Little cookies and stockings. Really cute. And then this one is all 4 seasons. I thought about stitching up the Halloween one too. I like that summer one as well. The whale and the sunflower. And a strawberry. Okay, I don't know. I won't stitch that one probably. I might stitch this one. So, one person will get all 4 of these. The question is there a craft that you have always wanted to learn, but you don't know how to do it yet? And I asked that because I kind of remembered yesterday, like I totally forgot that I bought like 20 things of yarn when they were clearanced at Walmart, and I was like, I'm gonna learn how to knit. And I have made no effort whatsoever to learn how to knit still. So please help me feel better about myself that I'm not the only one. Like, is there a craft that you've really wanted to learn how to do that you have not learned how yet? Bonus points if you have bought lots of stuff for that craft and still don't know how to do it. I really want to learn. I just, my time is extremely limited at this point with a 3 and 1 year old and a military husband who works crazy hours. I feel so bad. My daughter saw him like one time last week because he's been leaving the house before we all wake up, or before the kids wake up at 7:30. And then getting home after she goes to bed at 7:30. My son goes up to sleep closer to 8 to 8:30. Like I start reading him stories around 8:15. So he's been home in time to see him like twice this week, and he'll do his bedtime and reading him stories and all that. But I feel so bad because she's such a daddy's girl. I mean, literally the first thing as soon as she wakes up in the morning, Dada, Dada, and I'll be like, Dada's gone. He's at work already, and she goes, so sad. But anyway, yeah, my time is very limited. And so between my kids, myself, trying to garden and work out regularly, which I've also slacked off on this week, and then stitching and the shop, I don't have time to learn how to knit, but I really, really, really want to. So again, when my mom's here, my whole life is going to change and I'm going to have all this free time. So to enter that, just answer, is there a craft you want to learn that you haven't yet? Please make sure to like the video, comment, and subscribe. Two other things before I go. I am toying with the idea of doing like an Ask Me Anything video that is not necessarily related to cross stitch, but I often get questions about things not cross stitch related. Kids, Colorado, working out, because if you follow me on Instagram, like I work out a decent amount. I used to be personal trainer, a yoga instructor, like really, really into health and fitness. I'm actually going to start kind of trying to get back into health and fitness, not as much as they used to be, but I'm going to start intermittent fasting and carb cycling again, which is how I lost the weight after kid number 1. I have lost 40 to 50 pounds 3 times now, twice from pregnancy and once because I was just overweight in my 20s. I was drinking all the time and eating fast food all the time and never working out. And I got up to 170, which at 5'2", put me into the obese category for my BMI. I wore like a size 16. And then I lost 50 pounds and I wore a size 2. And then I had babies. So now I'm not 120 anymore. And I don't think I ever will be, but I'm also, for those of you who haven't followed me along the whole time, I had an endoscopy in April, I think, and I was diagnosed with celiac disease. And so I didn't eat much gluten beforehand, but after I've gone 100% gluten-free since then, and I have gained 10 pounds. Maybe not 10, maybe like 7, but it's a lot. My diet has not changed at all. My exercising has not changed at all, but I have been hearing from many other people in Facebook groups I'm on that when you go gluten-free after being diagnosed celiacs, many people gain weight because your body, I won't get into it, but you're absorbing nutrients for the first time in potentially years. And you're holding on to more calories because you're holding on to these nutrients because your body's actually absorbing them like they should be. So you gain weight. So that's been fun. But intermittent fasting and carb cycling worked really well for me before. Anyways, all this to say, if there's any interest in like an Ask Me Anything video, let me know. And if there is, I will probably ask on Instagram and on Flosstube next week, do you have any questions for me? And then I will do a separate video, not a Flosstube, answering anything and everything people want to ask. I'm an open book. You can ask me anything. So I thought that would be kind of cool. I've seen other Flosstubers do like questionnaires. I don't know if that's the right word, but they'll be like tagged and like a 20 questions about you or whatnot. And I really like it. Especially like I said, I don't really like when Flosstubers talk way too much in a floss tube. Like I want to just get in the cross stitching, but there are some Flosstubers like Miss Oh So Crafty that I'm borderline obsessed with. And in her earlier videos, she used to do a lot of those like Ask Me Anything videos, or not Ask Me Anything, but like questionnaires and questions about herself. And I loved them. I loved just hearing about her and her life and her kid and her hobbies and interests, like everything. So if there's an interest in that, I'll do that. One of my goals when my mom is here is to reorganize my entire craft area and my sewing area. If that actually happens, I will do a video showing off how I do my storage, my haul, my stash, like all of that stuff, because I've seen other Flosstubers do that as well. Well, they'll just do a video showing off pretty much every single pattern that they have and all their fabrics and their fancy floss collection and how they store it, and I love it. So that is my goal for doing 2 non-Flosstube videos in August. So let me know if there's an interest in that, and I will definitely make it a priority to get it done while my mom is here. I think she's going to be here for maybe almost 4 weeks. So I should be able to get a decent amount done, I hope. I think that's all I have. 40 minutes today. It's been a longer video, but it's been nice because my kids aren't here, so I don't hear yelling and fighting and cereal being thrown downstairs. I'm going to work on some bags while they are still out having donuts with Dad, water my garden, and then I might have some wine tonight. I have not been drinking in a while. I say a while, it's been like a week, but I have too many orders, and I'm going to try to get all my orders pretty much caught up for the most part today. I'm going to probably have to do a couple more tomorrow, and so I might try to relax if I can get those all done between now and through their nap time. So I hope you guys had a great weekend. I don't know what else to say. I'm a little tired still, but thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I appreciate everyone's comments and likes and subscribes. Especially follow me on Instagram. If you're on Instagram, I update there all the time on my Instagram stories. I actually just posted today, I've got some sensory play stuff set up for my daughter, like brightly colored rice she's going to have a blast with, and then my son's playing with those water beads. They're actually really fun to play with. They feel very cool. So I've got pictures of that up and just kind of our everyday stuff and my workouts and stuff like that. If you're interested, I always post those on my Instagram stories, not in the actual photos on my profile, but I'm trying to get better about updating those photos as well. So thank you guys for watching. I'll see you next week.